Hello and welcome to the Structural Guide platform. In this video, I am going to discuss GATE 2015 question paper for structure subject. So let's move into the first question from structure subject. The first question is damage of foundation due to soil liquefaction is related to. The correct answer for this question is earthquake. So let's first understand what is soil liquefaction. It describes a phenomenon where soil behaves like a liquid. Liquid means soil loses its strength and stiffness against the external load. Usually it is occurred due to the earthquake. The soil liquefaction is occurred due to the earthquake, but it may occur due to sudden change in the stress concentration. It may occur due to sudden change in stress concentration. So soil liquefaction generally occurs in loose soil, loose and moist soil. So what will be the effect of the earthquake in the loose and moist soil? So earthquake is basically a sudden force. Earthquake is a sudden force. So there is not enough time for the water in the pores of the soil to be squeezed out. So water gets trapped and making the soil particle soft and weak. So due to the sudden force, water gets trapped in the soil particle. So it will make soil soft and weak, and finally it will behave like a liquid. So what is the effect of flood on the foundation? If the foundation of building have adequate depth, that is DF, then there will be minimal effect of flood on the foundation. So cyclone, what is the effect of cyclone on the foundation? Cyclone basically causes the uplift force, forces that can pull building completely out of the ground, right? So what is the effect of landslide? Sometimes heavy landslides causes the earthquake in the nearby area. This is what we have to understand from the soil liquefaction. Let's moving to the next question, that is the bulking of sand is highest in. The options are coarse sand, medium sand, fine sand, sand saturated with water. The correct answer for this question is fine sand. So what is the bulking of sand? What is the bulking of sand? I have already discussed this topic in my GATE 2019 video. You can refer to my GATE 2019 video by clicking on the I button. Bulking of sand occurs due to the presence of moisture. So in this phenomena, volume of sand gets increased. Why? Because each particle of sand gets coated with water film around its surface. So bulking of sand is highest in fine sand because the surface area is more in the fine sand as compared to the coarse sand for a given volume. Let's moving to the next question, that is question number 23. A rectangular beam size 300 mm by 500 mm is loaded with a shear force of 600 kilonewton. The maximum shear stress on the section in Newton per mm is. So what is the shear stress in rectangular beam? Let's understand it from this figure. This is the shear stress distribution for a rectangular section, for rectangular cross section. The shear stress in beam is equals to V upon IB A y bar, where V equals to shear force, I equals to moment of inertia about neutral axis, B is the width of beam, this is the B, width of beam, A is the area of the shaded region, this is A, area of the shaded region, and Y prime or Y bar is the center of gravity of the shaded region from the neutral axis. This is Y bar, right? Shear stress in beam at y distance from neutral axis is equals to V upon IB A y bar. So this formula can be used to find the shear stress in beam at any distance y from the neutral axis. So the question is maximum shear stress on the section. So look at the shear stress distribution for the rectangular cross section. The maximum shear stress is at the neutral axis. Maximum shear stress is at the neutral axis, and it is equals to 3 by 2 of tau average. Tau average means I can write the maximum shear stress in case of rectangular beam, in case of rectangular cross section, it is equals to 3 by 2 times of tau average, and the tau average is equals to force by area. Stress is the force by area, so shear force by area, it is tau average. So you can easily write the tau maximum, that is equals to 3 by 2 V by BD. So by using this equation you will get the maximum shear stress in the rectangular beam. So tau maximum in this case is equals to 3 by 2 V by BD. 3 by 2, shear force is given 600 kilonewton, 600, and the cross section of beam is given 300 by 500. So the answer is 6 Newton per mm square. So look at the shear distribution curve. The shear stress at top and bottom is 0. Shear stress at top and bottom is 0 and a maximum at the neutral axis. So this is very important. Shear stress is equals to 0 at top and bottom, and shear stress is maximum at neutral axis, right? So remember all these points. So let's note down one more important point regarding the shear stress, that is the shear stress of a circular beam. Shear stress of a circular beam. Suppose this is a beam having radius r. The distribution is parabolic, means the at top and bottom shear stress is 0, and at the neutral axis the shear stress is maximum, and in this case maximum shear stress is equals to 4 by 3 times of tau average, 4 by 3 times of tau average, and in this case tau average is equals to shear force by area, always shear force by area. So shear force V upon area, that is pi r square. So in circular cross section tau max is equals to 4 by 3 times of tau average, 4 by 3 times of tau average, and in rectangular cross section tau max is equals to 3/2 times of tau average. So these are the variation of shear stress distribution of various type of cross section. For I section, shear stress is 0 at top and bottom and maximum at the neutral axis, right? So have a look at this shear stress distribution. This is the shear stress distribution. So let's moving to the next question from a structure subject. The question is, match the vibrator type in group 1 with their related area of application in group 2. So the first is needle vibrator. Needle vibrator is generally used where the reinforcement is more. That means it is used at the junction. So it is used at the beam column junction. Shutter vibrator. Shutter vibrator is used for retaining wall. Surface vibrator, it is used for very less depth. This is used for a smaller depth. This is used in concrete pavement, and the table vibrator, it is used for precast unit, right? So next question from structure subject is a simply supported beam having effective span of 5 meter and is carrying a centrally concentrated load of 16 kilonewton. Find the maximum bending moment in the beam. Suppose this is a beam simply supported at ends, right? And it is having a point load, centrally concentrated load. So this is 16 kilonewton acting at center of 5 meter span. So what will be the maximum bending moment? So there are two ways to calculate the maximum bending moment. First, by using the direct formula, that is the maximum bending moment in this case is equals to PL by 4. So 16, P is 16, L is 5 and by 4, so answer is 20 kilonewton meter. Or you can calculate by finding the support reaction. So since this beam is symmetric, so you can say the reaction, this is suppose A and B, so VA and VB is equal and it is equals to 16 by 2, so 8 kilonewton, right? Generally in the simply supported beam, the maximum bending moment in case of point load will occur under the point load, right? Take the moment about the center of the beam. This is section 1-1. So I am taking moment about 1-1, that is maximum moment, right? And this is equals to, I am taking from the left side, so this is equals to VA into 5 by 2, right? This distance is 5 by 2, right? So VA into 5 by 2, so this is equals to VA into 5 by 2. So in this case VA is 8, so 8 into 5 by 2, so this is equals to 20 kilonewton meter, right? So remember this formula. So remember one more thing here. Suppose this is simply supported beam and there is some point load acting on it, and this is eccentric loading. Suppose this is A, this is B, and total length is L. So in this case M max that will occur under the load is equals to PAB by L. If you put here A equals to B equals to L by 2, that means point load is acting at the center in this case you will get M max is equals to PL by 4, right? So let's moving to the next question. The area of tensile steel per meter width of a reinforced concrete slab is 335 square mm. If 8 mm rods are used as reinforcement, then center to center spacing of the reinforcement in mm will be. So suppose this is a 1 meter width of the slab. So this is 1 meter width, means this is 1000 mm, and in this width 8 mm reinforced diameter bar is used. So this is 8 mm dia reinforced bar. So what is the spacing between the reinforcement? So the here area of reinforcement is given, that is 335 mm square. So the spacing, is equals to 1000 into area of one bar, that is pi by 4, into 8 mm square upon the total area, that is 335. So it is coming 150.05 mm. So answer will be 150 mm center to center. So this is what we have to understand from the GATE 2015 question paper. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. Thank you.